Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the last episode of the Suicune Research event. It is day 14, Monday. I'm now at Snowdrop Tundra, yet again, looking for Delibird, although this sleep session right here is the Suicune event still. Now, I'm super curious if I remembered to put on a Suicune incense. I have a slight suspicion that on one of these accounts I forgot. So I hope it was not this one. If I remember correctly, I put on a luck incense and a Suicune incense during this last session. And it seems to me to be slumbering. That was what I was aiming at, and we got it. Nice. The overall record here is pretty high. It should be around 500 million. Way smaller than I thought. Okay, yeah. Just not quite there. That's fine. So, I'm curious to see if I got the 3-star Suicune. That is the whole thing that I really wanted. Really? Is it the 1-star? Man, that is upsetting. We got first stage evolutions, 2 Squirtles, a Riolu, Ekans, Dodrio, Quaquaval, and Jigglypuff. Oh, man. Every time you have some absurd drowsy power, it feels like it's just that Pokemon Sun and Moon SOS battle thing again where it just loops around and starts at 0 again. Like, someone explain to me where the drowsy power went here. 3-star Squirtle, okay. 4-star Riolu, okay. 3-star Quaquaval, and that's it. This is where Swalot comes in handy. I'm gonna start hunting Swalot for real, because then I can get as fast as possible with my other team members to the target DPR, the the drowsy power rate, and then just put on a full-on Lucario Swalot garbage team, but I get some Dream Shards, and then not end up like this. Like, someone explain this to me. I understand there's a lot of Dream Shards here, but despite that, it makes no sense. Like, if you go back, I have months worth of content where I've set a new record or like had some insane drowsy power. Every time it's a super disgusting, just disappointing session. And I think from now on, I'm just gonna do naps and give to... I'm not gonna care about the overall event bonuses with the mains and all that stuff, because this is not good. Okay, so the event is over. It is kind of crazy that I found my Suicune on basically the first random roll. Like, the Suicune I found a couple days ago, absolutely busted, and I'm pretty excited about it. And here on the field, there are not really any Pokemon I should be spending this biscuit on. I'm not gonna do Suicune. Okay, so no Quaquaval and no Dodrio. I already have a really strong berry finding Dodrio. Not Jigglypuff, not Togepi. It would be a waste to use it on the Ekans, and I don't have any Poke Biscuits. Wow, what a session. This is really strange. I guess I'm gonna go with a Squirtle. I can be satisfied with some candies, and we have at least something to review. I'm just gonna snag a biscuit from the exchange because I have a lot of excess points at this point in time, and I don't mind. So not the Great Biscuit, but the Poke Biscuit. And we can talk a little bit about Blastoise in this video. I talked a lot about Beware in yesterday's video. This video probably not going to be as long. I just dug myself a hole and enjoyed it. So, okay, we got Squirtle, and I think I'm going to call it at that. I already have a very strong Blastoise, so to an extent I'm just looking to exchange that bonus biscuit here for at least something maybe useful. And we have Quaquaval. I don't know if Quaquaval is the right candy to send here. I think for the most part, a lot of you guys should either have a decent Suicune by now, or excuse me. So most of you will either have a good Suicune at this point in time or have plans of hunting it eventually. So I'll send the Suicune candy. And in terms of the mains, decent chunk of mains, 100. And yeah, 50,000 Dream Shards, not bad. Let's have a look at this Squirtle. Naughty Nature, I don't remember this one. Ooh, it's berry finding. And I honestly kind of like that ingredient list. Now I'm super curious, now that I have the website readily available, to bring up the Blastoise already. So I'm going to turn on the website. Yeah, it doesn't work. Oh man, I need to click something. Just give me 1 second. So the thing that I want to deep dive here when it comes to Blastoise is to see what the values are for the different ingredient lists. Oh, actually I can't do that. So too bad. We'll just have to do a Blastoise deep dive in some other video, I guess. I have to reset my recording. So I just blasted all this at once. Berry finding, ingredient finder S with a speed up nature. This is pretty solid. I don't care too much about the skill triggers, and the inventory comes in late, so to an extent, had I found this on my free-to-play, this would have been awesome. Berry finding is a very strong sub-skill, even on a lot of these berry, ingredient specialists. And so, yeah, I'm pretty sure overall, this may actually be the highest value ingredient list too. And overall, you want milk on the Blastoise, but also have some cacao can make sense since they're kind of complementary. So definitely not candy feed. I will hold on to this in case somehow trading is a thing in the future, because a speed up nature berry finding with a decent ingredient list Squirtle, not every day you get that. So one thing I wanted to take a look at in this video is the exchange. Most of you guys should now spend the mains that you have left. Don't ponder it, just get rid of the mains. Yay. Thankfully the entry screen here is pretty fast, so not too worried about that. The main exchange, I did buy a bundle last minute yesterday to ensure that I would get the final bundle. So, or not even bundle, but incense. I'm gonna tuck one in the bag, and at this point in time, I have a Raikou incense and a Suicune incense. And I'll hold on to those for whenever there is some sort of event, either where there's a ridiculous drowsy power thingy and I can kind of time it a little bit better than this time, like 400 plus million. You just get bad Pokemon. I don't understand why. I guess it's just a balancing thing that they will probably fix in the future. They just don't want the whales to just eat the game too early. So I also had an extra Entei incense, but I used that during the 1 year anniversary. That was actually the Entei that I caught with a Master Biscuit and was really good. So yeah, back to the exchange. I've got one Suicune incense now tucked away in the bag, and it seems like I've cleared all the Suicune candy. Then these are the things that are left. Suicune Biscuit will not be useful, not that I can afford it at this point. It will be converted into a Great Biscuit, and 120 mains for a Great Biscuit does not sound like a good deal. In comparison, the Water Stone, 120 mains, it's like 1400 points in the point exchange, while a Great Biscuit is 400. So I also don't care too much about the Dream Shards, even though I talk a lot about it. It's just a patience game. So I'm gonna spend the remaining mains here on the Suicune candies. Now I wonder if... No, it's the same factor. Okay. So wondering if I like spend some here and spend some there, that maybe I could get something out of those 4 mains, but it seems like those will be lost to the abyss. So that was my Suicune Research event. So it's hopefully the case that next time there is an event, I get to cover everything with commentary. Like 10 days or something in this event, I was having a bad cold, so that was a little bit unfortunate. But yeah, overall, pretty satisfied. I can't believe how lucky I got on that Suicune, and we need to have a look at it in this video. So we can search by water types, and if we go by 11, it should be the Suicune here with a capitalized name. So this Suicune has got Helping Speed S, Skill Level Up S, Inventory L, Skill Trigger S, the main skill chance up, the ingredient down, and more inventory. So with 3 sub-skill seeds, this is going to be real nice. Helping Speed M, Skill Trigger M, and the main skill chance up nature is the best combo that you can basically hope for in a skill specialist, and everything else on top of that is just a bonus. So to have 2 free kind of main skill seeds here, and the added inventory is super nice. I'm a little curious to see how far up we can get this Suicune. I should probably hold on to investing in it until I can utilize some sort of candy boost on it. And yeah, doesn't even cross level 40. So it's a big oof for now. I probably won't even use this Suicune in a while, to be honest with you. For one, I don't have any main skill seeds to really spend on it. I do have a decent chunk of sub-skill seeds, but I do have my Entei, and they are kind of similar. So I would say the Entei is probably going to get more use, at least in the short term, until I can really piece together the long-term Suicune water type team, which overall will be a big part of my strategy. So I have a Slowking contestant, which is really strong. I have the Suicune. I would like to find a Golduck and Vaporeon for the mix too, but for the most part, I just need to find 1 or 2 more really strong berry finding for Alligator. It could be nice to have a Croconaw too. So if I can have the Suicune berry finding helping bonus for Alligator that I already have. There is the balloons, I guess, and the Slowking, and then if I somehow can find a Croconaw too, and then maybe a rotational healer slot, something like this, is way out in the distant future though. Quaxwell is another. Quagsire with the triple mushrooms. There's just a lot of Pokemon that I don't have yet, and so for now I'll be doing the Soup Dog at Taupe Hollow, and long term would like to do a water type team. I just don't have a lot of those Pokemon. Currently I'm at Snowdrop Tundra. I am looking for Delibird. I probably won't find Delibird. I am even starting to run low on the Great Biscuits, which is a problem. We'll have to see how I solve that. And yeah, this week I basically just did the help me pick and swapped out the lowest value for my healer. And this is going to be my team this week. I got Curry's, not going to reroll. I've had enough of that feature. I think it is completely unbalanced. And there should be some sort of safety net so that you don't spend 10 easy tickets to try to roll salads. Pretty upset about that still. That was 1,500 diamonds for nothing. Okay, well, it was not nothing. I got salads at the end, but oh man, it had a cost to it. So the other thing I wanted to point out here is the Tyranitar is getting awfully close to level 60. This week there is a good sleep day event, so I will be putting on the growth incense. Actually, I don't have any of those, so I'll probably snag the bundle for 1,500 diamonds here. Also get some Great Biscuits, I guess. Maybe I should see if I can optimize some of those Great Biscuits. Like 12 biscuits for 1,500 is ridiculous. But I kind of need these incenses too, so just have to consider some of these. Although to an extent I would like to just hold those diamonds and spend it on a bundle for whenever there's a main skill seed included. So maybe I just have to be patient with a Tyranitar, although Tyranitar is a pain to level up. It's still like 2,500 away, despite putting some damage on this EXP bar. It's just not good. So 3 level 60s on the team. And then, yeah, this is the day team. The night team will just be these. I don't need to level up the Candy Gouge. So Walrein, Ditto, and Sylveon can just hang out in the box overnight. And then, yeah, 3 of these, no, 2 have helping bonus. The Feraligatr and 1 of the Altaria. So that is pretty nice. That Raichu gets real fast under those helping bonuses. And yeah, the Tyranitar too. So with all of these, every single one having berry finding and giving me a decent chunk of eggs and the ginger and whatever else, maybe I can also try to cook something. But I got curious. I haven't invested yet in my Stuffle, and I will hold on to the investment in the Stuffle until the next candy boost. That's actually another thing I wanted to talk a little bit about. I have a whole row here for candy boost, and Slowking is in the first slot here. It could be kind of cool to work on the Slowking first, but I think I should swap it out for Stuffle. So if we search by fighting types, we have Silvercreen right here. Slowking in the second slot. Maybe we can just take a look at these. So this was the Stuffle I found a couple days ago. Absolutely busted. It's got triple corn. You can bring up Beware again in the widget. It's been a usual encounter here in the videos the past couple of days. So triple corn, helping bonus, inventory, ingredient finder M, and speed. And the speed up nature. Ridiculous. EXP gains down means not too much. This is one of those Pokemon that are so strong. It may be in my top 5 overall best captures on the whole account after having played for almost 15 months at this point. So that's a big deal. And at that point, I don't mind putting some sub-skill seeds into it and all that stuff. But I have 800 candies. It would be nice to do 2 candy boost events for this Stuffle and just really get it as fast as possible to level 60. And I don't think the daily experience at this point in time is going to do a lot for me. And so I'll probably wait until I get the Beware closer to level 50. The helping bonus is nice, but yeah. The Slowking here we've talked a lot about the past 2 weeks, given it's been the Suicune Research event, and a lot of water types have been common, so Double Tails is a very good ingredient list on the Slowking. It's one of the few skill specialists where you kind of care about the ingredients. Not that the average value here is particularly high. That is something I want to note and emphasize, and in the future when I have my website working and the screen recording and everything, then we can look at it. So 2 tails at level 60 sounds nice, but the average value compared to a Pokemon that is of the ingredient specialty, it's rather low. Anyway, Sleep EXP bonus is going to stack nicely with the Suicune, and helping speed M is overall nice. Skill trigger S, when sub-skill seeded, stacks well with the main skill chance up. And then there's some more speed and some inventory. Another EXP gains down, which is unfortunate because I want to get this to level 60 as fast as possible. And in order to do that, I actually have to wait for the candy boost. Okay, next up is this Gengar. This Gengar will, for the most part, be the most useful once it gets to level 75. It is a very late game investment. And for the most part, it's actually more of a very special combo, which in most cases you should avoid. But there are a couple Pokemon such as Dragonite, Gengar, and Tyranitar where their overall strength is so high that just having berry finding tucked in there just it's the icing on the cake. So I also have a second Pichu that is almost identical to the other Raichu that I have. Short term, this Pichu is stronger because I can sub-skill seed the speed. And yeah, I would need to just zoom this to level 50 for it to really do a lot. So between this being level 50 and the other Raichu being below 75, then this is actually the better Raichu. But I went like long term on the other Raichu. And so yeah, should probably try to compare those side by side, but essentially the difference is they have the exact same sub skills, but the inventory and the helping speed are in swapped positions. So speed comes in later. But the one that has speed later has the adamant nature, which is just nice. Okay, last Pokemon here is the Slacking, and I have been bashing Slacking a lot on this channel. I even made the only how to use video in Pokemon Sleep I made was about Slacking and how bad it is. And then this shows up. So I would probably put Slacking in C tier, something like that. And the reason why Slacking is weird is it has all these different weird things that you try to optimize for. It's a berry specialist with an ingredient rate that is stupid high. Like this should be like 13%, not 33. So 1 out of 3 rolls, I'm gonna get these ingredients that are useless and low volume and low value. It's very slow, which is bad for berry specialists. And then you have the skill rate. This skill rate here is ridiculous. It matches that of the skill specialists and not just as a thing there. So actually, if we hop into the Hopes and Dreams simulator, I'm super curious to just take a look at my Slacking, because talking about Slacking is something I've done a lot recently after I found this. But actually putting in the numbers here to see how it actually looks is a bit more interesting. So I'm going to put in the traits here, and I won't bother putting in the ingredient finding. That comes in at level 100 and it only makes this Pokemon worse. So I might just keep it around at level 99, if anything. Probably will never get there with this Pokemon, but yeah. I don't know why it has... Oh yeah, I have no hours in it. And yeah, the inventory, I kind of just want to zero that out too. It's way late anyhow. And so, yeah, this skill rate is crazy. 12.3% on a berry specialist that has a strong main skill. Overall, ingredient magnet is not the best, but it's pretty good. And so I just don't want to put main skill seeds into it. So what I'm mostly curious about is to hold it in my collection, just waste some dream shards on it, and see if there are ever any situations where I either get some event bonus where the main skill level up is happening, like with the Suicune. Week 2 you had 3 main skill levels just added, or maybe there's some other way to boost the main skill level in the future, but it's definitely one to hold and among my best finds, although Slacking is not a good Pokemon in my opinion. So yeah, there's that. Really hoping to work on the Stuffle and the Slowking, potentially also the Gengar, but at the very least the pink ones in the first tier are the most urgent, especially the corn Stuffle. I really need corn. I am struggling with curries, desserts, not salads, but even salads could make use of the corn, so it's just a matter of time until I get it to level 60 and really pump out the dishes. So yeah, I got curries this week. My curry list is awful. We can see here if we sort by strength, I have the Dream Eater Butter Curry. Or maybe, what if we just go by level? It won't be entirely accurate, but you can see what I've made the most of essentially. Spicy Leek Curry, because I have all those ingredients with my Snowdrop Tundra Pokemon. And then Dream Eater Butter Curry, which I've done a little bit of whenever I'm at Lapis Lakeside, because my Mr. Mime is potatoes and tomatoes. But yeah, my curry game is so weak, and you can see all the top dishes are just waiting for me here at the bottom. I haven't even made them. Probably could at some point, because I've had a little bit of a mixed ingredient collection with some of the ingredient magnet Pokemon that I have, but yeah. Overall, been an interesting event, and we'll just have to see whatever happens next with the game. It's gonna be an interesting wait to get to read the next news post. I am hoping that it will be a new area. That would be pretty cool. It's kind of been teased in the data mines for a while, but we can't really jump the gun until yeah, we see the official news. So hope you enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for some more Delibird hunting here at Snowdrop Tundra. It's gonna be a little bit miserable, but maybe by the end of the week, maybe I've caught 1 or 2 more Delibirds, something like that. And yeah, talk to you in the next video.